Hi, I'm Hazel. It is almost Saturday, so it's time for a new vlog. This week, just recently actually, they made a big blue post talking about artifact power in patch 7.2. There's been a lot of buzz going around about the increase of the artifact power grind in patch 7.2. People had like an infographic telling you exactly how many mob souls you would need to complete to finish your artifact weapon in 7.1.5 compared to how many you would need in 7.2. So basically they did a whole post talking a lot about artifact power, the intent of it, what they did right and wrong in 7.1.5, and how they want to change it going forward into 7.2 to like fix some of those problems. The short version of it is what they're going to do is they're going to make the levels of artifact power scale exponentially at higher levels. Basically, so your final couple of points are going to cost you way more than the earlier points. And the idea behind that is to try and get everybody sort of closer together so that somebody who has done a lot of grinding isn't going to be so far ahead of somebody that has done a medium amount. Of course, somebody who has done an extraordinary amount is still going to be quite far ahead, so I don't really see how that solves the problem. But we'll see. It's supposed to limit the gap between players, basically. And they also want to move some artifact power from repeatable sources such as mob souls into more time-locked things. They want to put more artifact power on the weekly cache. They actually hot-fixed Nighthold bosses to drop more artifact power, so you're getting more artifact power from killing raid bosses as well. And that's, I think, a good change. The fact that the best way to grind AP is to just grind it endlessly is a little bit exhausting for some people. I know a lot of the higher end guilds have been considering quitting, basically, just because the grind is too much. So moving it to more time-gated things, it means that once you've done that time-gated stuff, you can keep grinding if you really want to, but it's not the worst thing ever if you just go take a nap. The one thing that I would like to see is none of that really addresses off-specs or alts. This whole artifact power system still very much locks you into doing one thing, and if you want to do more than one thing, well, screw you, I hope you have a lot of time. So, yeah, I mean, artifact weapons are cool, and I'm glad they tried something different, but I feel like I'm gonna be personally pretty happy when we leave that behind once the Legion's over, we move on to whatever else it is. I will put it in a museum and go bye. What else happened this week? In Nighthold, my guild killed Heroic Elisand after a solid raid night of progression. We spent a good 3 hours on it. It was tough, but it was fun. It's a good fight. I feel like it's going to be really hard for us to re-clear, though, just because neither of our regular tanks were actually there for our progression kills, so we're going to have to do it all over again with completely different tanks. But that's okay. It means we only have Gul'dan left, so we were 9 out of 10 Heroic. It's a little weird to be this close to the end, but I think it was like a good length of progression. I don't feel like we got stuck for too long in any given thing, but everything was still pretty challenging. And one thing I noticed in particular about Nighthold fights is a lot of them seem really long. There's a lot of like 5 to 10 minute fights. And I guess that's normal, and maybe those will get faster as we continue to gear up and get the phases down shorter, but there's a lot of very long fights in that raid. In personal stuff, my mom is visiting me from Canada this weekend. She's going to be here this afternoon, and she's going to be here for this weekend, so I'm going to be spending some time with her. What that means is I will not be doing a stream this afternoon. I thought I was going to have time. I will not have time, so there will be no stream this afternoon. We're going to be back on track next week. There also probably won't be a Sunday Battleground video because I don't have one. And no Twitch streams either, so I'm basically taking the weekend off to hang out with my mom. I haven't seen her since last summer when I went for my sister's wedding, so I'm really excited to spend some time with her, and everything will be back to normal on Monday. Another thing that's not really WoW related, but still vaguely game related, is Pokemon Go actually released Generation 2. So if you ever poked at Pokemon Go, it's worth picking it up again just to kind of see what's up. They added a bunch of character customization options. A lot of them is shop based, but some of it's free. So I had a lot of fun playing dress up, and then just running around with my dog trying to catch Gen 2 Pokemon. My dog was so excited because we've gotten into a bit of a walking rut in the morning. Well, I'll take my dog out in the morning for like a good 40-ish minute walk. We've always been kind of on the same route, but this morning we had to go chase all these different Pokemon, so we were going to all these new places, and the dog just gets so excited when we go anywhere new. So that was fun. And we had good weather for it too. It's been a little bit chilly. I've definitely been wearing my touchscreen gloves while playing outside. I still have a good time with it. And questions from last week. The Marine wants to know, can you do a guide to the race mini-zep? I don't have any plans to do a race mini-zep guide just because there's a lot of really good ones out there already. If you just search Race Mini-Zep on YouTube, you're going to get at least 5 or 6 very good guides. Just watch them. You don't even need sound if you don't want to. You can just watch them, see how they do it, and then just do it. It's not easy, but it's not super difficult. And with a couple of tries and watching a guide, it shouldn't be too bad. So I don't have any plans to make a Race Mini-Zep guide at this time. And then Hubbard's Nose wants to know, should I level my level 15 monk or my level 62 DK? So the level difference of like actually catching up like, you should just write that off. That's not even a thing. Like, you're going to spend maybe a month leveling your character, like, either way, and you're going to be spending so much more time actually playing it at max level. So basically, pick whichever class you like, whichever one you like playing more, whichever one looks cooler, feels cooler, you like the look of the gear more, whatever you like to play, that's what you should play. Don't worry about how long it's going to take to level it. You're going to have it leveled real quick anyways. Leveling is such a small overall part of the WoW experience that I wouldn't really take that into account too much. That has been my week. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like I said, I'll be back to normal and everything on Monday, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye.